All up in there. Look, you got a big old leech.
Okay, Monty. We're going camping. Monty. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Are you ready? Come on. Okay, I'll help you. You lazy little turd. Okay. And we're off. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, sorry. You probably can't see anything. I'm in the boat with First Mate Pee Poops McToots.
What the heck are we doing?
And we have just embarked on a 7-night wilderness adventure. You may or may not have noticed, but we got a late start. So I was planning to be out the door at the latest at 8 a.m.
No, the sun has set and I'm not there yet.
It's dark out. I was 7 hours behind schedule, and yeah, we didn't get here. The sun set like an hour ago, so it's pretty dark. Now, it's a clear sky. There's no wind. It's calm. So we are going to be fine, and it is actually going to be a nice evening paddle. You can see the tree lines because the sky's clear, so I'll be able to follow the contour lines, and I'll show you on the map where we got to go tonight. We actually have to do 2 portages, paddle 2 miles across this lake, I believe, and whoop, we have to find a campsite all in the dark. Now, I can't say this is my first time doing this. It started snowing like crazy, and we couldn't see. Can't say it's my second time doing this. Once again, me and Funk are keeping our tradition. Can't even say it's my third time doing this.
It's just started to rain again. Oh, it's so funny.
What I'm trying to say is, this ain't my first rodeo doing a late start like this. I've paddled in the dark before, but I will say, this is probably the best night to paddle in the dark I've ever had, because I've paddled in snow, rain. Anyways, so we're spending 7 nights out here. We're hoping to catch some fish dinners. And yeah, do a lot of paddling and portaging, and we'll go over the trip tomorrow, but I'm not going to have this light in my face much. Probably won't check in much at all because I need to acquire night vision. So you're gonna see a few clips until we get to the portage, unless I can see something crazy or hear something crazy or have an update. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little quiet here for a minute. So let's get to it, Monty. Okay, so here's what we got to do tonight. We put in right here. We got to paddle down to here, do a 50 rod portage, which is about 1/8 of a mile, a little over that. Paddle down this lake right here, do an almost 1/4 mile portage, and then find a campsite on this lake. And we're gonna wait for the perfect campsite. And the perfect campsite will be the first one we find. So let's get to it. So there are two versions of this video. There's either the extended versions, which are released into 6 or 7 episodes, or the short and condensed version. So whichever version you happen to be watching, if you're interested in the other version, there's a link down in the description of the video to check out the other version. There's the short and condensed version that's just got the highlights of the trip, and then there's the extended version that's got a lot more me talking and boat time and just drawing out more time. So yeah, whatever version you want to watch. So we're looking at some pretty mild weather this trip. I don't think we're gonna have any thunderstorms, barely maybe any rain. Tonight's actually the coldest night. It's currently 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think the average is gonna be 70 for the highs throughout the trip. So it's a little nippy right now on the boat, but it's really not bad. This is nothing, especially for an early spring. So we're hoping to catch some Larry lake trouts, some Walter walleyes, and some bobby bass, and a nice Peter pike too. I'm sure there's a nice Peter pike in here. We did miss that. If you missed my last spring trip, I think it was last spring, we missed a 71.5-inch pike, and it was a monster. I really wish the GoPro could pick this up because I can actually see quite well. Now that my eyes are adjusting, I can see pretty good. The stars are out. It's a beautiful, calm evening. Just a slight breeze. So this is it's actually kind of cool to paddle like this at night. And I wouldn't recommend this if you're not good at reading maps, but yeah, I've done this before. I've done it a few times. Oh, jeez. Beaver scared the crap out of me. Beaver, please. I'm using the red, it doesn't mess with your night vision. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to Funk. She has funky fresh Monty. Alright, this is the pre-brushed Monty. Look at this booty. Look at that ratty booty. Yeah, look at that thing. Yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah, Monty, review, check him out. Tell him he's dirty and gross. Okay, now let's flip to Monty being brushed. Oh, look at him now. Look at that smooth, rough collie. He just got funky fresh. Look at that. It's all cut under here. Oh, look at this booty. Look at how smooth that booty is now. You got a new pair of pants on, Monty. Look at this pile. It's a Monty wearing a Monty rig. How ironic. Monty, good boy. Good boy, Monty. He's gonna get wet and dirty, so he needed to be brushed out and have his winter coat brushed out. Is it bad that I kind of want to troll a line right now for some walleye? Monty is fully settled in. He trusts me so much. Good boy, Monty. He's like, yeah, okay, Dad. We've been here before. He's like, it's actually kind of peaceful. Yeah. I wonder if you can see me like that, because I can still see, kind of. If it was the white light, I couldn't see it all, but anyways, this is turning out much better than expected. It said in the weather there was going to be gusts up to 22 miles an hour tonight. There's no wind whatsoever. And it's just clear. This is so peaceful. This is awesome. Currently, I'm full of energy because I'm just soaking it in and embracing it and getting ready for the trip. I'm settling in like a Monty. Okay, we are about to approach our first portage of the trip. Yeah, you can see better than you'd think you can. And the stars are just crazy right now. But it's been pretty easy to go and fall on the shoreline. No turnarounds yet. That right there was a toe biter. I had one of those 2 trips ago, I think, go after my finger. And apparently they have a really painful bite. And I didn't even know they existed until 2 trips ago, and I just was cleaning my hands in the water, and that thing like took those pincers and grabbed at me. And I was just like, oh! But yeah, they're around here. Look at all the leeches. Leech there. Look at those things. Now if I was smart, I would take these for bait. Look at them all. You're allowed to use live bait here. There's one in there. Maybe I should grab a few. I just don't have anything to keep them in. Go ahead. Good boy. It's crazy all the creepy crawly creatures that come out at night. There was so many leeches. I don't know if I've ever seen that many leeches all right there. There was tons of them. I didn't even pick them up all on camera when I moved my boat. There was tons of them. But man, I am embracing the cold temperatures. It's like, I feel like it's like low 40s. Maybe just below 45, but either way, portaging. Oh, Monty's shift. Oh. Portaging, this is my perfect temperature for portaging. Nice and chilly so that you can move and not sweat at all. Because the rest of the trip, when I'm portaging in the day in the hot sun, I'm gonna be sweating, sweltering, and that'll be not as fun. Maybe we'll just do all our portaging at night and we'll just sleep all day. Oh, jeez. Oh. Just got the horizon of the trees, and you can, this is a long skinny lake, so you can see it kind of like on the left and the right, if you could imagine it. The trees are tall right next to me, and it slowly goes to a point on both sides of exactly where I need to go. And you can, it's just almost like, it's almost like it's making a shallow triangle in the sky, with the point, the end of the tip, where the point of the little shallow triangle is like the portage. Okay, we are on our lake for the evening. Now we just gotta find a campsite. Now I really hope that I don't come across anybody at the campsite I find, because it's like past 1 in the morning, and I don't want them to be like, what the heck, there's a guy on a boat shining us with his light. What's going on? I might get worried, so alright. Let's find a campsite. I just saw 2 walleye. I have to take a cast. Big Monty. Hi. Who's the goodest boy? Who's the goodest boy? You are. You're the goodest boy. Oh, don't you do that. You don't. You don't. You don't grow to me, mister. You don't. Oh, okay. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Yeah. You hear the loons. So I saw those 2 walleye, and then had to take some casts, and my GoPro died. Tried to record under the water. I don't know if you see it at all or not. But I didn't go with the first campsite I found. I wanted to check out a couple because I wanted to see if there's anybody around. Because sound travels a ways, and I didn't see anybody, so I picked the nicest one. You know, felt like I had all the time in the world because it's just so nice out. It's pretty late. You know, it's like 1:30 a.m. So yeah. But I'm glad I went with this site because there's some firewood here, and the best news of the day is with this. When I planned this trip, there was a fire ban. There was no campfires allowed, and on the way here, they lifted the fire ban, or at least I found out they lifted the fire ban today. So campfires are allowed, and I double confirmed it to make sure that campfires are allowed. That's awesome. I was gonna go this whole week with no campfires, and that would have been rough. Okay, so I'm gonna start filtering some water and set up my tent right here, and then yeah, we're gonna spark up a fire. So I'm not gonna record, you know, setting up the tent right now in the dark. I'm just gonna get everything all set up and ready for chillax and feast time. So I'll check back in with you guys when I spark up a fire. Oh, hey Steve, how's it going? Oh, that's a big Steve. Oh, there we go, all set up. Just gonna blow up my sleeping pads, but we need to get some water going. Me and Monty need to eat. It has been far too long since our last fooding. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. So I'm just gonna fill this thing up with water first. I'm not gonna put my food in right now, because we want to get Monty some warm water. Oops, oh jeez. Alright, get that warmed up a little bit, we'll feed Monty. So for dinner today, and every day, unless we catch some fish, is spaghetti. Homemade dehydrated spaghetti. I've made it myself. Slash! 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 Squish! Slash! Oh no! Oh yeah. Yeah. Here, come here. Look at this nice cushy spot next to the fire and me. Doesn't that look nice? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah. Well, you're probably gonna leave, but that's okay. I am pooped. I had a burst of energy when I was paddling and bracing it all, but now that we're all set up, I am exhausted. It is setting in. My mood, or not my mood, My mood is still good. I had a good mood, but my energy is deteriorating. My ability to conversate and stay awake is vastly going away. So we're gonna give Monty, yeah, Monty's gonna get some dog food there. Alright, put him in some pumpkin. We're not gonna be eating together tonight. He's just gonna get his food when the water's warmed up a little bit. Right, Monty? You don't wanna wait, you're hungry. But I want to give him a nice warm meal, you know? He deserves it. So yeah, my spaghetti this time I went with wheat noodles. A little more fiber. Whole wheat noodles. So, a little healthier. A little more nutrition. Probably not my favorite. Doesn't taste quite as good to me personally. But for the nutrition and being out here's sake, it'll be just fine. Let's see if it's warm. Alright, it's lukewarm. He's just hungry, so he doesn't need it boiling hot. No. Yeah. Alright, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You can eat that. I'm not gonna make you wait. Go ahead, Monty. Go ahead, get it, Monty. Oh, this is Monty's. See how tired I am? Okay, so, if you're wondering how to make my homemade dehydrated spaghetti, I will link that up on the left for link. There's a video I've made on how to make it. Pretty good stuff. But to rehydrate it, you just pour it into your pot is the way I do it. Cover it with a little extra water because I like it soupy. Bring it up to a nice simmer. And then let it rest for a bit and feast. You want a proper stick transition while we wait for dinner? I mean, you ate. I need my dinner. Get it, Monty. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Oh, I gotta blow up the sleeping pads. I'm a little chilly. I just got my hoodie and my little flannel on. I don't got my thermal layers on at all. But like I said, tonight's gonna be the coldest night of the trip. At least that's what it's called for. It's supposed to get warmer every night. No, right? Yeah. What are you doing? He's choosing to fight me with a sleeping pad over the stick. Look at him. He wants to play with this instead. He's like, I don't care about that stick. Hit me with the thing, I dare you. I dare you. No, Monty. Hey. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, that needs to go up to the side. And rest and cool. Okay. Something just happened. Now Monty, when he's at home, he used to be picky when we would go out camping and he wouldn't eat his dog food. And at home, loons, he's been looking forward to his dog food. You just put some cold water in it, just dog food and plain water, and he goes crazy for it. He just loves it. So I prepared him his dinner, and I put warm water and pumpkin powder, and he ate a third of it, and then he just stopped eating it. You know, I just put it off to the side. I thought he would just eat it. I put it over by the tent and just figured he'd eat it, because normally he just gobbles it up, and he didn't. And I tried to get him to eat it, and he just didn't want anything to do with it. So I was like, what the heck? I thought maybe he didn't feel good or something. That wasn't the case. I just put a ton of pumpkin in there and mixed it so it's ooey gooey ooey, and then he reluctantly started eating it. So he has gotten used to being out camping and expecting more like sweet potato or chicken, and I think he's just smart, and he's just like, this isn't good enough. This is not what I get out here. So he knows at home he gets his crappy dog food plain, and out here he gets the finer things. And that, I thought he was just going to be a changed dog and just eat his dog food with some pumpkin. I mean, it was warm water and pumpkin, it just wasn't good enough. He needed a whole bunch of pumpkin. You little fuzzy turd. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's just a beautiful pot of spaghetti. Okay, let's go. I don't think I'm ready for this spaghetti. I don't think I'm ready for this spaghetti. I don't think I'm ready for this. Oh yeah. Oh, it's probably gonna be too hot, but I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. It's too hot. It's so good. You know, I can't even tell if they're wheat noodles right now. It's just delicious. It's too hot. Alright. I'm just so tired right now. I'm going to let this cool down. I'm going to inhale that. Once it's all cooled down, I'm going to sit here and just zone out because I'm pretty much like falling asleep right now. And I can't stop yawning. And then once I'm done eating, I'm going to put this fire out, clean up, and I am just going to get in that bed and we're just going to nestle in there and just... Yeah, so I'll check back in you guys with his bedtime. I'm so sleepy. I'm so tired. Go ahead. Choose your spot. Even though I did a little choosing for you. Hey, that's my stuff. That's my stuff, mister. Oh. You big fuzzy teddy bear. He's so fluffy. He's so fluffy. You just wanna... So I didn't bring out a sleeping pad or sleeping bag for Monty because he's gonna be fine. He's been sleeping outside all the time. But it is a little chilly, so this is Monty's sleeping pad here. This was mine, but this one's more insulated, so I'm gonna give it to him tonight just because, give him a little more warmth. But anyways, my battery is drained. By battery, I mean me. I have no more energy left, so I'm gonna pass out and recharge. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good night, everybody. Oh yeah, let's go to sleep, Monty. Oh.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Oh, hi, Monty. Oh, it's you, Monty. Oh. Gonna sneeze. Oh, he's gonna sneeze. Hey, Monty. How's it going? You slept good. I know you did. Slept like a rock. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, it certainly got colder than 40 last night. It got quite chilly. Definitely colder than I said. Yeah, I had to put on my layer here. It was quite chilly, and I put, oh, did you burp? I put my sweatshirt over Monty, and we were fine. But it was definitely nippy out. It was cold, but now it's like super warm. I'm starting to sweat. So it's time to get up, Monty. You're just up in my face. Oh, no. Oh, stinky Monty breath. Hi. I bet you want to go outside, don't you? Do you want to go outside? At the dog park? You want some food? You a good boy? Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose let's get up. Let's greet the day. Hi, Monty. Hi. Hi, frisky critter. Hi. What do we got over here? Oh, let's just go take a peek at this here view. Oh, would you just look at this. Oh, just beautiful wilderness. First time I set my eyes on it, you know, because the whole arrived in the dark thing. Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think we're going to do some trolling on the way out. I know there's walleye in here. I saw those two, and they were good size. They were not crazy big, but they were like, they're eaters. Oh, it's bright, and the sun is warm. It's nice. Yeah, I slept like a rock last night. Oh, Monty. Get your papa. Okay, you want the stick? You need the sunglasses today, Mr. Monty. Okay. All right. So yeah, I felt like I slept hard last night. Normally I wake up like every hour and a half. But I slept for, I don't know, a good 3-hour chunk. And then I woke up and I was like, ooh, it's like just chilly. And then, yeah, put on my stuff and then I just slept hard again. And then I woke up checking on Monty again. But I felt like I slept I felt like it was like 1 in the afternoon. I felt like I slept in so long. And it was 9. For some reason, out here on these wilderness trips in canoe season, whenever I sleep until I feel like I can sleep no more, it's always 9. I just don't get it. 9 or 10. 9 here. I don't know. I mean, that's fine. Maybe it's just like my body's like, hey, wake up. We got wilderness to go portaging. We got fishing. It's a beautiful sunny day. Like, no more. No, don't do it. Don't sleep the day away. Yeah. Be here, Monty. You bring me that stick. You bring me that. You bring it right here. You bring it. Look at how just handsome Monty is. We need to take a minute to appreciate I know I said it yesterday, but I can't get over how handsome he looks. And it's just not gonna last because he's gonna be a dirty dog soon. We're gonna take a glance at you like a specimen very soon. Okay, so just gonna throw the stick for another minute here, and then it is time to cue up the first coffee and oatmeal sequence of the trip. And then I'm gonna pack up my tent and all my stuff, and then we're gonna get on the boat. Get to portaging, get to paddling, and get to fishing, alright. I mean, just look at how handsome Monty is.
yeah, Monty, you're just so handsome. Look at, he's got just a nice haircut on the undercarriage. He's nice and poofy. Just look at his booty. Oh yeah, you got a nice pants trimming. Yeah, look at how smooth that booty is and not frilly. And oh wait, hold on, Monty. Wait, show me your little feet even. Look at his little feet. They're all trimmed up and just purty. Right, Monty? You're just so handsome. You ready to get dirty? You ready to get dirty and muddy and wet? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's the trip. Here's what we're gonna be doing here this whole time, okay? So pay attention. I'm only gonna do this once. So we put in here and we paddled in the dark down through here, down to here, did this portage down to here, down to here, and then we went to here. We checked out these 3 campsites, and we're staying right there. So now we're gonna portage through here today, go down here, this way, and I think we're gonna stay on this lake tonight. At least that's the plan. And then we're gonna move along this way, down over to here, stay on this lake, and then kind of skate along this map edge here, stay down here. Oh, if you're following me. And then we're gonna come through here, paddle over through this big lake, up through here, portage over to here. Oh, my maps are flying away. And then we're gonna come and we're gonna stay on this lake, come up here, go back through here, and then out that way. Now, if any of you watch my fall trip, we're redoing a lot of what I did on that trip, but I didn't, miss a huge pike on this lake. And didn't really get to do any good fishing on some of these other lakes I really wanted to try. So I kind of wanted to retouch the lake. And yeah, that's the trip. Soupy. Oh. There's just no better place to eat oatmeal, you know? Breeze feels nice. Probably be a little breezy today. It's definitely gotten at least 10 degrees hotter since I was preparing that stuff. I was getting too uncontrollably hot. And when I'm standing back there out of the breeze, I'm already getting like just too hot in my t-shirt. So those waterproof socks are probably pretty warm with those muck boots today, but we're gonna tough it out today and just do it. And see how it goes, see if it's too unbearable, see if my feet are dry, we'll see. But Monty is not going to be swimming until he's panting and really warm. I'm not going to make him swim here yet. The water's really cold, so yeah. He doesn't mind swimming. Sometimes he puts up a fuss at first when he's all dry because I don't want to get wet, kid. But then once he gets wet, he's fine. He likes to swim. He just forgets how wonderful it is and how it feels until he does it again. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish up my oatmeal. I'm almost all the way packed up, other than my cookware and stuff, and then finish up packing up and get in the boat, get to paddling and fishing. Let's do it. All aboard the Monty Express! The boat leaves in 10 seconds. Sir, do you have your ticket? No ticket, no entry. Ticket? Ticket, please. Ticket? Oh, that'll do. Good boy. Good ticket. Oh, yeah. It's a little breezy. I might throw on the old life vest here. Yes. And rough. Okie dokies. Okay, so one thing I wanted to quickly mention is I made a gear list video for this trip, including all the gear and food that I used for this trip. I will link it up in the left here. It'll probably already have been released right before these videos get released. But two things I wanted to mention, as you might have seen in the video, is I've got two new things I'm trying out. New life vest and a new canoe seat. The life vest I ordered because of the canoe seat partially. That thing was, I didn't like that canoe, that's a kayak life preserver, the other one. This one's got the cushion isn't in the back. Like that other one, it was kind of down a little bit. So on this seat, it was like riding right along the edge and it just felt super awkward. This one, the back is super high and up and it actually feels awesome. And this chair is so great. I could sit in this, I mean, your butt sitting on the cushions, that's the only part that usually gets sore of sitting all day. And it used to be my back would just get achy after paddling all day, but this seat is just like, oh man, back support, back support, back support. What can I say more than that? It's so good. I'm fully happy with it. And it's just a little bit more weight than my other one. Seems a lot more durable, just way better support. I'll probably never get another chairs unless something like crazy happens, you know, unexpected with this thing. 15 portages today. I don't even know why I said that. I think it's because our first portage is a 15 rod portage. We've got 6 portages today and 2 are teeny tinies that don't even really count. So we've got time. The wind is blowing with us. It's gonna be pushing us, so I can just do a lot of fishing along the way. Ah! So you may have already noticed I've got a big black thing attached to my other fishing rod, and that is a camera that we are going to be testing out trolling. Yeah, dang it, snag. Yeah, it records your lure, and I tested it out on a previous trip, and I tried casting with it, and it was just not working out. I think it was scaring the fish, so we're not doing that. Let's try going out. It's a little bit sunny. Oop, I tooted. Yeah, it's breezy. I would like to catch a fish every day of the trip. That's probably our trip goal this time around. Obviously, I'd love to catch a Larry Lake trout, Walter Walleye, Bobby Bass, and a Peter Pike, the whole trio, or quad, whatever. But you know, and I say every day because last night wasn't a day of camping and fishing. That was a night. That was a night, so that doesn't count at all towards our goal. So we're just gonna paddle a bit, take some casts, and enjoy this beautiful, gorgeous weather in this wilderness. Oh yeah. We've got a nice dead tree up ahead. Let's see if we can get a fish at it. Dang it, I got a stick on there. As soon as you get into this out of the wind, man, it's like 20-degree difference. I feel like it's like 55 in the wind, and then it's like 75 when you're just sitting here, and it's just hot, nasty. No bites yet. Huh. And like I said, the water's pretty cold, so it could be tough fishing. Never really know. And it'll vary a lot from lake to lake. You know, bigger lakes will have colder water, and the smaller lakes will probably have warmer water. Dang it. Snag. Now I know they like to be more in shallows when it's cold. Oh, jeez. Oh, whoa! Oh, my hat just... it just flew off forward and then whipped that way. It was like a little... there was like dual cyclones in the water right in front of me. Luckily this thing floats. Maybe I should put the strap on. Well, I don't need to dry out for a minute. Or no, it looks a little water resistant. That was interesting. Forgot. I was just like, why does this just not feel right now? What's wrong? I'm missing them baby blues. Oh yeah. There we go. That's better. That's better. So that's probably a sign from Mother Nature, like, get out of here. Go to the next lake. There's no fish here. We'll take that. We'll take that sign. I'll take a few casts on this end. So like I was saying, I know they like to be shallow right now, and I also know that wherever the wind's blasting, the shore where it's the windiest, it pushes a lot of that surface warm water, and then there's bait fish, and the big fish will go there. So we'll try that a little bit right before we portage. All right, let's take some casts here. We're just gonna try these shallows right at the end of the lake here, where the wind's blasting and it's shallow and sunny. See if this does us any justice. I might be retrieving it a little too fast right now, probably, to be honest, but I've got a 1/4 ounce jig on here because it helps. It makes it a lot easier to cast on the bait caster. So I gotta reel it in kind of fast, otherwise it sinks. Except right here. But yeah. If we don't have any luck, we'll switch to a smaller one. And last night with those walleye, I guarantee you I could have put a slip-on bobber on with those fake leeches and caught one of those. But we'll pull that trick out another night. Oop. It was either bouncing off the bottom or I had a little nibble. Oh yeah, it was weeds or something. This ain't working out so well. Moving on to the next lake. Oh! Just a nice down tree. I'd hate myself in the morning if I didn't cast near it. You know, the biggest fish in my life. Could be a monster that's a little bit bigger than that 71 3/4 inch pike from last year. Oh, no, it's just a snag. Still snagged.
Hey, Monty. Snowball fight! Snowball fight! I gotcha! Ja! Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing snow still all over in the woods and anywhere that's low lying and doesn't get a lot of sun. There's still a lot of snow in the woods. I mean, not a lot, I would say not a lot, but there's still snow. There's still snow. You know, end of May, still snow on the ground. Whew, just got a little muck pond before the next portage. But I saw another leech, another big old leech. So as far as leeches go, I know that those will work great on a slip bobber or even a jig. What I'm gonna do is any lakes that I target for walleye and we're gonna like stay there and fish a while, I will grab some and use them as bait. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I just don't want to be transporting, moving around leeches and stuff and carrying them, you know, just like, nah. So I'll just, if I see them on the lake that I'm gonna fish for walleye or bass or do any hard fishing, maybe we'll just put some on there and try it out. Because anything will bite a leech pretty much. Also, as far as moose go, they're gonna have a tough time seeing them in this hot, sunny weather, unless they're just like sitting in the shade somewhere and we startle them, or they're, you know, swimming in the water, drinking. I mean, there's still a chance, obviously. Mornings and nights will be best, but yeah, I think the chances are gonna be a little bit lower of seeing one, but you never really know. Moose are always doing moose things wherever the moose be moosing. Hopefully we'll see one. I like to see some moose. Well, I'll be really confused by that noise this time of year. That's not till fall. Mooses be tripping. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing is there is not a single black fly, there's not a single mosquito. And I think that's due to the cold temperatures at night, which, don't get me wrong, I love not having mosquitoes, but mosquitoes and black flies are usually a good indicator that the temps are good for fishing. So what that's leading me to believe, if I'm using logic in my brain and my knowledge of fishing and stuff, is that it's a little early and fishing's gonna be tough. So what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna be too picky. I'm gonna pretty much, whatever fish I catch, unless it's like a monster, I'm gonna keep and eat. Whether it's a pike, Bobby, Walter, Larry, I just can't get too picky, because then I just might not get a fish dinner. And I'm thinking, oh, catching a fish every day might also be tough, but we'll see. But I think we're gonna do a little troll on this lake. We might even test out the little camera there, because it's a bigger lake and we're gonna be going with the wind, so we can just cruise and, you know. And also, most of the time we're gonna be arriving to camp right at sunset, because I'm gonna be fishing a lot along the way. We're gonna need to change up lures and stuff. Heck, we might even have to switch to slip bobbers and the little leeches. We just need to find a good spot for them. We're gonna try this thing out here. So to turn it on, you've gotta just open her up, Flip it on. Start recording. There it's going. Put the waterproof housing back on. And now we're set. Okay, so we've got the Chartreuse Slayer, my favorite trolling lure. I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna drag it down at first. And then it'll. So I have to let out little by little until we get out a little ways, because that thing is just going to drag it down. And then once it gets going, see, I don't like that. It pulls the lure up. I might have to just let out line little by little here. I might have to put a weight in front of this camera because it's got fins and it just makes your lure glide right up to the surface. I almost wish those fins weren't really on it, or half the size, so that it just kind of maintained where it's supposed to sit. But we'll see. So I guess that is kind of nice with those fins now that I think about it again, to contradict myself, is the fins at least pull it up higher than the lure, so the lure is going to snag first. Maybe that's the purpose. So we're just going to let out a little bit more line here. That should be good. Let's try that for now. Let's see what happens. See, we picked something up. I really hope we catch at least one fish with this. I was only going to do like one troll session, but I brought along some extra battery packs. And I'm just going to dedicate one of the battery packs to charging this, so I think we'll get 3 or 4 20 to 30 minute troll sessions out of this. And today's a nice day, so we're just going to try one today. Man, it is just like a perfect day out right now. This is awesome. Now, I have two types of favorite weather, and they're very close, with good reason. A slight breeze, a hot sun, no bugs biting me, clear skies. This is awesome. This is pretty perfect. You know, it just keeps me cool enough with the breeze, and the sun just kind of it's like that toasty, hot, cold feeling. And it's really nice, and it's just, yeah, it's like perfect out. And we're just blowing with the wind. I mean, you can't ask for better weather right now. Today's all day's travel is just going down long lakes with this wind at my back. And then my other favorite is when it's a nice, like, overcast, cloudy day, and it's nice and calm, maybe a slight breeze, but it's like 50 out, so you can wear your long sleeves. I love that weather because then you don't need sunglasses, and I always do better fishing when it's like cloudy. I feel like they're just, you know, in this hot sun, they cast shadows, this bright sun, so they might be a little more skittish, or they're sticking to cover more. I don't know. It's just, I feel like the fishing's a little better on cloudy days. It's still equally good. I just like to, you know, you're gonna hear me say this, and then you're gonna hear me say that. I contradict and repeat myself all the time. You're gonna hear that a bazillion times on this channel. So if you're here for the long haul, you probably already heard me say this before. And if you're gonna stick around after this video, you're gonna hear me say it again. Maybe even in the next clip, who knows? So on the topic of weather, like I said already once, it's supposed to be a very, very mild, good weathered trip. And that's pretty perfect. You know, it's gonna be 70s for the high, and with this wind chill, it's bringing it down to about 55, 60 is what I'm feeling right now. And the sun cooking you know, makes you feel nice in it. But anyways, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get rain at all. It's not calling for any rain. And while I won't complain, you know, having perfect weather the whole trip, I will, you know, be a little sad if I don't get a rainstorm. I love a good thunderstorm. I love a good rain, especially in a week-long trip, you know. I feel like I've been getting streaks of just like perfect weather all the time. Well, no, never mind. Last trip we got some rain. Either way, I like to get a little taste of all the elements. And I always prefer rain in the starting of the trip if I had a choice. And then you dry out and have the perfect weather at the end. But, you know, if it's perfect little sunny days the whole trip, you know, I can't complain about that. Some people just love that the whole time and dream for this. This is dream weather for most people. And it's dream weather for me too. But I want a little taste of rain. Like that, like putting on all my rain gear, getting Monty in the poncho, and then hunkering down under a tarp, and then listening to the sound of the tarp or the rain on the tent and the thunder, seeing some lightning. I love that stuff. I live for that stuff. So, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any of that this trip, but hey, who knows? Who knows? The weather is never 100% right. So we've been trolling this thing for 16 minutes. I'm gonna estimate, it says it's supposed to have an hour and a half of battery life at 60 FPS, 1080p. And my last video, it did not last that long. So what I'm gonna do is just troll it here, let it go for about 40 minutes if we make it that long, and see if it's still on when I pull it up. Hopefully it will be. I would like it if it could hit 45 minutes, but it's very cold water, so that's definitely gonna have a play on how long it lasts. So I'm gonna realistically say maybe a half hour. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is a little tester to see if it's pulling my lure up or not, is I'm going to go over some 20 feet water where it shows like a shallow drop off and it shows to be about 20 feet. We're gonna go right near that, and if I don't bounce bottom with my lure, this thing is pulling it way up. Because normally whenever I go something that's like even 30 feet on a drop off on the contour lines, I'll catch stuff and hit bottom, especially with like 100 feet of line out. So we'll see. I just want to test it. Want to see where I'm at. I think we're gonna have our most success on a Larry Lake, a lake trout lake, where I can put on a big old spoon with big deep water and go against big drop offs, and maybe put on a big weight in front of it, get deep. Yeah. Okay, so it's been trolling for 30 minutes. We went over what I thought was like 20 feet of water and shallower, and we didn't get a single snag or bump. I think this thing is significantly making my lure go shallower than normal. It's dead. And it starts recording again. Huh. Well, that's not ideal. Didn't it? Well, shoot. So I guess what I'm gonna do is, since I'm not gonna be able to find out how long this thing's lasts until I get home, I'm gonna troll up ahead a bit. There's another deeper spot, and we're just gonna turn it back on, see how long it goes for. And I won't know any of this till I get home. So now we're gonna downgrade the time it records to 15 to 20 minutes maybe, which is not worth it. This thing is not worth it if I can only record for 15 minutes and then have to charge it. That's not worth it at all. So this thing will probably be going back. Oh, we've got the mother lode of dead trees right here. Yeah, I got a cast near this. I'm gonna skate by it quick, unfortunately, because it's just so windy right here, but I'll do my best to get 2 casts in. Okay, quickly, cast. I was about to say quest. Oh, there we go, come on. Give me a fish. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's calm down. Dang it, this is so windy. It's so hard to fish in the wind like this without an anchor. ditch effort. It's going way too fast. We're gonna crash into some rocks. We're just cruising right now. Okay. Dang it, it didn't work. We're about to race by some more trees. Oh, we landed in a tree. That was a pretty good one. So yeah, for those of you that have watched my last trips and stuff, you'll know that I made the switch to bait casters already. And if you're wondering why I have done this, there's a couple of reasons. There's a couple advantages, disadvantages, drawbacks, whatever. First and foremost, they're just more comfortable to fish with and more fun. That is for certain. For how I like to fish, you know, being able to whip it and one-handed casting really far and quick. The amount of casts you can do in succession are much faster with this than with an open face, because you can just reel it in. I switch hands a lot, so that's just how I do it. But yeah, you can, once you get the hang of it, it's really not that big of a deal. Everyone's fearful of the birds' nests and stuff, and it's just, once you get it down, it's just, you're fine. Yeah, they're gonna still happen, and you get a couple more at first, but it's really not that bad. The only drawbacks, I would say, is it's much harder to cast lighter lures. Like for my ultralight, when I go trout fishing, I definitely am going to stick to using my little ultralight spinning rod, because I don't think with the spool, the line has to just be able to fall off when it's just so light. So yeah, we don't got too much further to go. I'm just gonna troll this thing a little ways. I'm not gonna cast anymore, and we're gonna get moving on to the next lake. I want to get to a smaller lake and spend some time casting. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Poop. Moose poop. Wet moose poop.
Poop.
Wolf poop.
Okay, you're fine. Hey, Monty, stop. Alright. Come on, Monty. Come on. Okay, good boy. Jeez. You put up such a fuss, Monty. It was unnecessary. Yeah, that's a good boy. Sorry, Monty. The wind's taking me into you. I don't want to run you over, Monty. Right here, Monty. Good boy. That wasn't so bad. Monty. Oh, look at you. Well, since you already got wet, how do you feel about going back in the water? Oh yeah? Go get him, Monkey. Oh. He's giving a little sass. He's fine. I don't know why he's yiping. I know it feels good for him, because I would jump in the water right now. Well, no. I mean, I would, but I'm not going to. Maybe after this portage, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I am starting to sweat a little bit. We're gonna at least take a snack break after the next portage. I don't know if swimming's in the cards yet. You shouldn't carry sticks like that in your mouth, Monty. See, it poked into something and you're just gonna shove it down your throat. You have to go around. You have to go around. Oh, or not. This could be a little rodent. Look at him, Monty. Now he's not putting up a fuss. He realizes water feels good. Wow, I was all warm and panting before. Coming off of that long winter with all my thick fur. And, oh, the water feels kind of nice. That's gotta be what he's thinking. Just gonna throw the stick for Monty for another minute here. And we've got another just over quarter-mile portage to go. And then we're gonna do some fishing. We're gonna take a little snack break and fish. And a water break. Maybe we'll throw the stick for Monty some more on the other side. Monty, you don't have to crawl up these rocks. Yeah, go around. Or you just want to stay in? You just want to just swim from here? Alright, let's just do that. Go ahead, Monty. Ooh! So we've only got 2 more portages for the day. And I was gonna swim, I really was. But we were just getting blasted with wind and it cooled me right off, so I don't really desire to go swimming right now and get dried off by this crazy wind, you know? So we're just gonna have a little lunch break here. Monty's not gonna eat too much. He eats morning and nights. I don't want to feed him anymore during the day when he's running around swimming, you know. It's just not as good for dogs, but he can get his little denty treat. You want this? I'll give it to you right here, Monty. Here you go. There you go. Go ahead. Oh, you get it all wet. Go ahead, Monty. It's your treat. It's your treat. Good boy. Go ahead, Monty. That's your treat. Get your treat, Monty. No begging. He's like, this isn't good enough. Okay, it is. I'll take it. Better than nothing. I need to fill up an algae. I'm gonna have a protein shake. It's a new thing I'm doing. We're gonna see how it goes today. Because sometimes I'm feeling left a little drained, not enough food throughout the day. So I'm going to try having a protein shake. I got an Nalgene specifically set aside for whey protein because it'll get a little stinky. We've only got 2 more portages that are half the size of these ones today for the day, and then we're gonna spend the night on a lake, which is a long, skinny lake. We got to paddle down a ways, but we'll just end up blowing. So it's gonna be quick. We've got time. We've got 4.5 hours, 4 hours and 45 minutes of light left. So we're well ahead of schedule. I've been taking my time and embracing just the nice weather and enjoying the day. See, in this whey protein, this is also a nice way to force myself to drink water, because I usually just take sips. I don't drink a lot of water all at once. So it'll be kind of nice, because now I'm going to get 32 ounces in. You know, I should be just forcing myself to drink 32 ounces here and there anyways, but I just don't do it. But if it's got like some food in it, if it's liquid food, then yeah, I'll eat it. But don't take my hydration as how you should do your hydration. You should drink water as much and as often as you can. Not to the point where your belly's full and you're feeling sick, but like, just keep drinking. I don't drink enough. Let's see how much of a mess we can make with this stuff. I got a little, I'm gonna have 1/3 of a cup of whey protein. Oh, especially in this wind. Why? Oh no, I spilled some. Okay, come on now. Jeez, wind. Come on now. What in the heck? Okay. See how she goes down, Monty. Oh, just like, I want a whey protein shake. Come on. Come on, Dad. Give me some. I want whatever you're having. I'll have 2 actually. Lake water protein shake. Pretty good. Oh yeah. This will help satiate me. Alright, so I'm just gonna drink this up, eat a granola bar, and then we're gonna get moving. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna hold off on our beef jerky and cheese. I brought that out too, but oh, my camera's bent a little bit. I want to hold out another day so we can pig out more the next day. If we can last a couple days, we get more when we decide to eat it. So you don't just get a little snack, you get a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right.
Ain't no way in heck I'm swimming across another lake. You let me in that boat. I demand to be in the boat. As your first mate, I demand entry.
Look at him, he's already thinking about just jumping in. All right, come on in. There you go, good boy. All right, so we're gonna try fishing this lake because we got a little extra time today. Taking our time, relaxing, enjoying the day. But we need to find somewhere a little bit out of the wind. Another thing I realized that when my hat flew off is, you know, you've got this strap here to keep it from flying off. Now it works great when the wind's in your face, okay? Hat goes like this, but if the wind comes at your back, hat goes away. And I don't know why, but I've never thought to put this strap behind your head when the wind's blowing from behind you. And it worked, like the hat fly off and it like caught like that. So, never thought of that. I don't know why, totally makes sense. And if I'm just like the only one out of the loop on that, so be it. But, well, I learned, okay? I know now. Wind's at your back, put your loop behind your hat, or head, your head. Okay, let's take some casts. Let's catch a fish. I also think for this time of year, I'm reeling in too fast. It's moving too fast, and that comes with the weighted lure. The 1/4 ounce jig head, it's gonna sink a lot faster, so I gotta reel it in faster, especially when I'm in the shallows. So that's working against me a little bit. When it gets out, when it calms down and we get to do a little night fishing, I'll switch to an 1/8 ounce. Because fighting this wind, I don't want to cast no 1/8 ounce jig head. This lake looks pretty good. Looks like there should be fish in here. There's probably fish in every single lake. They just don't want to bite when I'm fishing for them. They're just like, nah, that looks weird. He's doing it wrong. If he did it like this, I'd bite. If I happen to find one of those lakes where the water's rushing in or rushing out from the lake before, I know I'll have a good chance catching fish there, but other than that, we're just casting along structure in the shore, trying to stick to 5 feet to 2 feet of water, because that's where I think they're gonna be. But I've been wrong before. This time of year, usually they are hanging around logs and stuff, but I don't know. But again, it's a sunny day. Maybe if we had some clouds, it'd be a little better. Maybe I'm just the worst fisherman in the world. I don't know. I don't know. Monty's squeaking. Where the fish at? Come on now. Where the fish at? Oh, since I was going right towards it, it felt like a fish at first, kinda-ish. Every snag is gonna feel like a fish until I catch one and remember what it feels like, because I've forgotten, because it's been so long. Just give me one, just one. It gets to the point where I don't get a bite in like the first few hours of the first day of the trip, and then I'm just like all of a sudden thinking like, what if I don't catch a fish the whole trip? Like I'm probably just gonna get skunked this whole trip, and just you have all these just terrible thoughts, and that's where I'm at right now. I just feel like I'm gonna get skunked the whole time. It's over. But I love this thing, it works for everything. And I've also decided, I was dinking around with other colors before. I'm just going back to all white. it just makes it easier. I don't like when I had a bunch of different colors in there, and I was like, you know what? If I have like browns and blacks and oranges and stuff, I'm just gonna keep switching and think it's the color and stuff. But if I stick to white, then I can just fish, and they either bite it or they don't. No messing around. Dang it, snag after snag. Oh my gosh. It's like 3 snags in a row. Huh. I don't know what I was talking about before. This 1/8 ounce is casting just fine. All right, we've got a nice little spot here. I'll take off my hat for a minute. Brace a little sunshine on my face. Okay, we've got a calm bay. Squeak away, Monty. Okay, so what's happening is the lure's too light for this. Alright, so I see a bunch of dead trees up here in this little bay here. We're just gonna cast along these. If we don't have any luck, we're gonna move along and keep going on with our day. And then we'll probably just fish our way to camp and get to camp early tonight. And then yeah, we're gonna get to camp early and spend a nice, just kind of relax and then fish the evening good. Take our time. We can set up a slip bobber on this pole here, and then we can see if we can pick something up that way, because that might be the ticket. Live bait, if I can get some leeches, or just slower moving stuff that they can look at first and then grab. There is no possible reason there shouldn't be a fish in this little pocket here next to these nice big dead down trees. There's no explanation if they don't bite. None. That's my final answer. Okie dokes, we're gonna be moving on. Haven't found the fish yet. Not yet. No bites still. Getting warm now. Need to let myself air out a little bit. Now I would like to take these pants off, or I mean the shorts thingies, the leggings, the legs. So I mean, but I got those waterproof socks on. It's a big jumbled mess, and they're really not that sweaty. They're dry is the thing. I think with these socks, these waterproof socks, the moisture just gets pulled out like as soon as it's created. So it's like, actually, even though I've got a nice layer of smart wool socks and then the waterproof socks inside non-breathable muck boots, they're really not that just hot and just terrible. I think it's just because they don't feel wet. That's kind of crazy. I would be assuming that they would just be suffering, just sweltering feet, but I don't know. They don't feel that bad. Really not. Interesting. I'm sure it'd still feel good to get these socks off, but hey. So we've got a long, skinny lake. We've got to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3 miles. 1, 2, yeah, about 3 miles of paddling with the wind, so it's nothing. So what I'm gonna do, since we've got a long, skinny lake, I'm just gonna put on a shallow troller, and once we get to like the open out here, I'm just gonna troll. We're just gonna troll down this one because I haven't been having much luck casting, and we'll see if we can just pick up something trolling. And if we get a bunch of snags, we're gonna stop trolling. And if the wind gets chilly, which is starting to feel a little chilly, I'll put my shirt back on. Oh man, you can see, oh geez, I'm getting some sun. Oh no, oh geez, that's redder than I thought. Oh, that didn't feel good. Well, the cool breeze has made me not notice I'm being cooked. Yeah, I'm not getting out to get my sunscreened. We'll do that at camp. Oh man, I should have thought about that. Oh well. I'll definitely remember to put on sunscreen tomorrow, okay? I'm Matt Posa, let's do it tomorrow. Not sure if I already mentioned it, but I took off that camera off this pole and just put it away. I'll bring it back out. I don't think, we're not gonna use that the rest of the day today for sure, and I'm not sure. We're gonna pick one of the bigger, nicer lakes, probably ones with lake trout, so that I can do some trolling, because I usually troll for lake trout this time of year. Yeah. So, I think it's about time we try for a pike. So I got a steel eater on here. We're gonna go with the orange and gold hammered spoon, 3/4 ounce. I'm not gonna let it too far back. That's pretty good. I'll let it out a little bit further once we get moving. But yeah, we definitely need a pike. I want to get a nice big pike. I want to get a personal best. I lost that 71 and 13/16 inch pike last spring, so I need to top that. You wanna be my friend? No, okay. See you later. All right, we are on the lake that we are staying for this night. I got Monty a nice, his favorite stick, a beaver stick. Ready, Monty? Get it. Want the stick? Get it. He's not falling for it this time.
No, been there, fell for that. Fool me once.
Anyways, we are going to be looking for a campsite that is out of the wind because, not that I don't mind the wind, it kind of feels nice right now. A little breeze would be, oh, this isn't too bad. A little bit more would be nice, ideal. But for campfire's sake, I don't want to have the wind just blowing on us because it is fairly dry out, so we want to pick a nice spot. There's really only one campsite that seems like it'll be out of the wind, maybe two. So we'll go check out the one that seems the best first, see if it's a nice spot. Maybe we'll take a couple casts along the way. Yeah. Got out of the sun just to take some casts and it got real chilly. So, let's see if we can get something. So we're just gonna fish a little bit on our way to camp, but I'm gonna look at the maps, and depending on the lake that we're going to tomorrow, will be dependent on if I happen to eat a fish if I catch one tonight. Because if we're going to a lake with lake trout, I feel like the lake trout are our best bet for catching something if the water temps are still cold, because the lake trout will be biting. Monty, you squeaking? Squeaky, squeaky Monty. I completely forgot, but I camped here with Jay, Ski Guy, and Dan in the fall. Right, Monty? Remember this spot? This is where we had to deal with heavy rain and really cold temperatures. Yeah. So I've camped here before. I just completely forgot. Oh, I saw bait fish down there. Ooh, this is like a great rocky point to throw a slip bobber with a leash tonight. Oh yeah. This is gonna be a good spot. I don't think anyone's been here since we were the ones that camped here last. I think I was the last person to camp here because this is all the firewood we gathered. There's the log that me and Jake were working together to split, but we could only split the one, so we gave up on the rest of it. I don't think that's gonna cut it. Please don't hit me in the face. Hey, one. We got our first split. You can cut it like small and then split it. It's a lot easier to do it that way. So I'm gonna process up some of this, but yeah. Heck, I already gathered this firewood. Might as well use it. Oh. What? What did I do? I just went, oh, because I'm just relieved or relaxing. You stinker. You stinker. Okay. All right, Monty. I need to kick off these muck boots here. Oh, that's a nice spot, Monty. That's a real nice spot. Okay. Take these waterproof socks off for now. Oh, ooh, smells a little ripe. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, gotta make sure this one smells the same. Woo! Yep. Okay, oh, that feels nice. Oh, heaven to Betsy. Heaven to Betsy, Monty. I feel a little tired. Long day in the sun. Oh. Are you just gonna sit on my Nalgene bottles, Monty? Jeez. So I'm gonna set up the tent here. We're gonna process up some firewood before we fish tonight. Now I don't know. I'll probably end up going out and casting a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna maybe stick to just doing slip bobbers with the leech and just go nice and slow. I think that'll be my best bet for catching fish. Hey, what's this? You want the stick? Get it, Auntie. Get it. Get it. I suppose we can do a little round of multitasking here. You know, you gotta. If I'm breathing already, I might as well be putting that air into a sleeping pad. Hey! Oh! What are you doing? Oh, jeez! No! Oh, gee! Okay. I thought I knocked over the camera. Oh, Monty. I'm sorry. You just... Okay. Psycho. Oh. We're gonna do the Monty version of campfire wood processing. Oh, that's where you plop your booty down and then you do the work. That was efficient. But more comfortable, that's for sure. Mosquito. Oh no. Whew. That is some seasoned firewood. Let's try something else here. Monty got sick of it. Try doing this. There we we go. That's the ticket. Oh, just want to see if I can split this so that I'm not just doing this for nothing. Well, it's going to take a little. There it goes. Okay, yeah. Nice. So as long as I'm making it smaller, should do just fine. So addicting chopping up this firewood when it's nice firewood like this. The only pain about this, I don't mind splitting it, it's just with this saw, I've even got less length than normal. With this teeny little handsaw, I snapped off the tip, so it's kind of a pain cutting through this bigger log, but I'm gonna make 2 more cuts, maybe 3 real quick, and then just split it up. Maybe all of it, because yeah, I burned someone else's firewood last night. Now we got to pay it forward, so I'll process up a little extra firewood. Okay, I figure since I'm sitting here processing up firewood, and I'm actually going to start going out fishing soon, I rigged up my slip bobber. I'm just going to toss this out for a good 15 minutes while I finish it up, process it up a little bit more firewood. Well, I'm at least going to finish the cut, and I might not split till later, but we're going to toss one of these gulp leeches. He's worked in the past. That should be good. Wedge this up in between some rocks. Should do the trick. Alright, I'm going to finish processing up. We'll see if that gets anything. It probably won't, but hey, it's worth a try. Spot. Okay, should be enough for tonight.
So, right when it started to get cool,
the mosquitoes have come out. So there are mosquitoes. Yep. Killed like 6 already. They're not crazy yet. I think they're going to be out, but they're going to be pretty tame until there's a nice rain. First time there's a big rain, they'll get pretty insane. All right, so we're going to try the slip bobber first. We're going to see how that goes. We're just going to take it easy, do some lazy casts. This spot right by camp seems to be pretty good. There's a stream up here. I mean, as much as I want to cast, I want to catch fish as well. So we're just gonna try it out. Monty just farted. I get fairly impatient casting with like slip bobbers. If I don't get instant gratification, I'm just like, all right, move on. Beaver, please. Okay, so we're gonna give this like 10 more casts, and then I'm gonna go to Old Faithful, trolling a jointed chartreuse rapal that's a top floater for walleyes. I can't handle it right now. I can't handle casting a slip bobber. This will wait till we're at camp and we're just chilling. I just can't make up my mind right now. So what I've decided I'm gonna do is a little bit of trolling. We're just gonna troll, because I know that's a good way of getting walleye, even pike, even bass. I was trolling these little chartreuse lures, and yeah, the sun beat me up today. My hair pooped, so I don't mind. Let's see. Only got 2 of these small walleye lures. The other ones are really big. I know you're not supposed to use big lures in spring. That's for fall. It's the bigger. Hope a pike don't bite this off. The shore I've been trolling along just seems like it's a little too drop-offy. And then it seems like there's a spot over here that's pretty shallow. A nice big flat, shallow area. So we're gonna slowly troll through that, because I do think things are gonna be in the shallows. Not really in drop-offs right now, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of letting it sink in and accepting that I'm pretty early and it's been very cold spring, and fishing's gonna be slow, pretty dang slow, till this water warms up a little bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna look forward to the lake trout. Spend a lot of time fishing in lake trout lakes. We'll have to look at our maps later, but I think tomorrow we might be at a lake trout lake. I'm not sure, but if so, we'll try to get there early and go crazy catching a Larry. Oh, we got some loons. Yeah, by no means am I going to give up and not try to catch fish every day and every night, but I just think I'm going to have very scattered success. Everything's slow. Another perfectly calm, clear evening. Thought it'd be a little bit windier tonight, but that's totally fine. I prefer calm. Oh man, it's starting to look real pretty up there. Sunset 15 minutes ago. You know what? We're just gonna head back to camp. We're gonna go start a fire and watch this over the campfire. Yeah, that's what I feel like doing. That's what I feel like doing. Look at the loons. Monty, see the loons? Monty, look. Monty, you see the loons? Look, Monty, what is that? What are those things? Oh, beaver, please. Sunset. Isn't it beautiful? What a gorgeous sunset. Oh man. Yeah, I see you seeing us, sneaky beaver. Looked over and there's this big toad chilling here on this log.
What's up, Toad? Hey. Oh. I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna touch you. I was just seeing if you were gonna react. Oh yeah, he's not happy about it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna mess with you. Tommy Toad. Oh, see you later. Okay, Monty. We need to make a spot for Monty. These logs aren't really serving much purpose. Oh. Well, Monty, made you a spot. This campsite's gonna have to be all rearranged. These logs weren't doing justice, and it's kind of not a good spot for one of those camp log. You know, you see at campsites a lot with the configuration because it's so close to the rock. There was a couple logs here, but it literally put you a foot away from the fire, so I just moved them. Like, they were just, that was not working. That was not good placement. We've got some water boiling. For some tea to start my night off, and Monty's food. Since he didn't want... Monty, you are up in my grill. Hey, you can bag from that distance, just like that. Okay, because it's going to be a minute. Okay, pal? Let me see here. Oh yeah. Water's boiling. Have myself a little cup of chamomile tea. I think even if it's not as much pumpkin as he wants, with it being nice and soft, he's gonna really enjoy it. Nice, hot, soft, doggy food stuff. I love this spaghetti. If I have to eat it 7 nights in a row, that's fine. I can do it. We're making it extra soupy today. So, I suppose it is time to have a little treat. Well, for me, Monty, I'm sorry, you don't get any of this one. I got some Starburst, I've got some Jolly Ranchers, and some Lindor chocolates. Ooh, we're gonna start with a Lindor chocolate. Just one for tonight. I don't got many of them, but they were out of Cadbury Fruit and Nuts. That's my go-to. Monty, I'm sure you would love to eat some candy, but it's not something that's meant for dogs, okay? Monty is just getting up in my face about his food, licking his lips. He wants it real bad, but it's just too hot. So close. I need a little bit more cold water. Just trying to get it to the right temperature for Monty to eat. So we don't want you to burn your mouth, Monty, or your tummy, okay? I don't know if you've ever had the feeling of swallowing or putting too hot of food in your mouth and you realize it's too hot for your mouth, so you swallow it and it burns your throat. I don't think you have, Monty, but I sure have. It's not a good feeling. I don't know why I do it like that. I just, oh, it's too hot for my mouth. Don't spit it out. Swallow it. Oh, oh. All right, go ahead. Feast away. Oh, he's eating it today. No problem. I think that hot water helps. The boiling water, it makes his food softer, kind of slurifies everything. It's probably a little too cold yesterday. I saw this on Monty's leg, and at first it was just like a brown little dot, and I was like, what the heck is that? It's a leech. Monty's got a little teeny leech stuck in his fur. Is holding on for dear life. I guess I'll let you go back to the water. We need a little bit more firewood, Monty. Just a couple more pieces. Take a look at what we got for tomorrow. Not too bad. One big old portage. Let's see, what's this lake? I think this lake has lake trout. Lake trout, yep. Okay. We are going for a fish dinner tomorrow. I think we can catch some lake trout. So yeah, it looks like we've got, let's see, one little portage, one big portage, which is a pain, and then a couple teeny tinies. And then we'll be on our lake, so we can get there relatively early. We will troll along the way to a campsite. Never got up to a boil. Oh, but it's still gonna be good. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a beaver. There's like an island over there. It's right across there, and it's gnawing up sticks and trees and dragging stuff into the water, and it's got Monty on high alert. Monty's sitting next to the water just going. So, after looking at the map and stuff, I'm starting to feel better about the fishing again. It's gonna pick up here because I just think it is. You know, the first lake that we stayed on, I think that had good walleye fish, and the rest of these, I just don't know. They're just like long, skinny lakes, and they're just full of. I just don't think we've hit the good stuff yet. Tomorrow, I think that lake that we're staying at is going to be good fish. It's going to have lake trout. Then there's some lakes that we're going to hit on the way that have more lake trout. And then we're going to stay at a walleye lake. And it's even got bass and pike. I think that's going to be good fishing. Then we're going to head over to that lake that I lost that monster pike on. That's got lake trout. We'll try for another pike or something there. So, I think we've still got hope. I think we're gonna have fish dinner. Loons? Oh, I'm so hungry. Yep, loons. Come on, be cold enough, or not hot, not too hot that it burns my mouth enough. Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to finish up my spaghetti here and put my fire out cold and clean up all my crap. And then we're going to get in the bed. We're going to get in the tent to get ready for bed because I'm actually pretty sleepy. The sun just drained me today. And we'll get to sleep in today. Well, tomorrow, probably till 9 because it seems to be the latest I can sleep in. But yeah, only a couple portages tomorrow, or a few. One big one, bunch of littles. And and hopefully we'll have a fish dinner tomorrow. So I'll check back with you guys when I'm ready for bed. You're not gonna like this, but it's for your own good. You're all dry. Just be thankful that you're dry. Sorry, Monty. Alright, it's good enough. That's good enough for you. In you go. There you go, Monty. Oh. Okay, well that was a tasty little supper. Nice long day in the sun. Had lots of fun. No fish. No fish. Beautiful sunset though. But anyways, I'm gonna pass out now. Tomorrow I dream of catching a Larry. So I will catch you guys in the morning. Good night, everybody.
Monty.